All right, we're good. What's up, guys? It's your boy Steve on the NDO Podcast. All right, today I have my boy Amadou Sidibe, professional basketball player, my former teammate at Fairfield, actually one of the first players I worked with in the summer. I still remember that. It's crazy how far we've come since then. That was like 2012, so like 8 years ago. Literally almost exactly 8 years ago.
I think you're the first person I met on campus.
Yeah.
On like that summer that we worked out together. It was me, you, and Stan was there too, I think.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
shout out to Stan, man. Shout out to Stan.
Shout out Stan. But yeah, man, how you been though?
I've been doing good, man. Can't complain. First of all, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me on here. It's a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate it. But happy to see your face.
Yeah.
As far as me, you know, just being out here just chilling, just enjoying life, and just trying to make the best out of this crazy situation that we're in right now.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. So where you at right now? I know you were in Spain, but when did you fly back and stuff?
Oh, actually, I was in Spain, but like I was with stuff going on. Like the season got suspended, so I had to leave. So I left around like I think March 31st, and I actually left Spain and came to LA. California. So I've been here for about a month and a half now. You could say that around. So
that's not bad.
Yeah.
I've never been out to Cali. How is it?
I mean, it's pretty chill. You know, everything they say about Cali is definitely true. You know, the weather, stuff like that. But it's kind of like crazy, like sucks with everything being shut down. So there's not much to do besides just enjoy the weather.
Yeah, man. The weather's getting nice. It just sucks we can't do much, but anyway.
That's the crazy part about it. Yeah, I mean, I was at the park yesterday. It was like mad people playing basketball yesterday. So it was crazy.
They didn't take the hoops down there?
Nah, like there was people playing tennis, people playing basketball. Cause I think like they already started like phase 1 of reopening here in California.
Yeah,
so that's like wow.
They just started in Connecticut today. Actually, they opened up like the mall and a couple of restaurants to eat outside and stuff. So.
Yeah, I saw that. But they say you can only eat outside?
Only outside. Phase 2, supposedly, they'll try to go inside, which is the date right now is June 20th, so literally a month from today of this recording. So, but yeah, the main reason why I wanted to bring you on was just because I wanted you to be able to tell your story and, you know, your journey with basketball and where it's kind of led you, how it shaped you, and, you know, what other opportunities it's brought to you outside of the game, you know, and just, you know, for people to get understanding of you and things like that. So,
yeah.
Let's start with, I guess, when did you start playing ball, when you fall in love with it, and then, go from there.
So like Amadou from the Bronx, I grew up in Ivory Coast. So like on Ivory Coast is like all soccer, so no basketball at all. So I came to the States around 10, 11 years old. So when I came back, I just played straight soccer, but none of my friends actually played soccer, so I had to play basketball, and I was terrible at it. Terrible. I was just terrible. I was terrible. So I got tired of like my friends making fun of me and stuff like that. So I started like practicing, and I started getting better at them. You know what I'm saying? So I started practicing. And I just got better than them. That was like the drive that I first decided I drive because my friends was making fun of me. That was like my hunger to get better. It wasn't for like any other purpose, whatever. It was just because I was tired of my friends talking smack. So fast forward a little bit, you know, I do my thing in middle school. Then I go to high school. But I go to high school because the high school I went to, that's what I meant to say. The high school I went to a specific one because my friends went there and it was closest to my house. So I didn't go there also for like a basketball thing, whatever. It was never anything basketball related. I just went just to go. So freshman year, I played, and I was doing pretty well. That they wanted to move me up to varsity. So after that, varsity, then I played 3 years of varsity. Then I got my first offer as a sophomore. Then from there on, it was like it's history. That went to Fairfield. Met this fine fellow right here. And I think when I went to Fairfield, when I went to college, I think that's when like the journey really, really got hard. That's when I think I really got challenged, you know, because prior to that, everything was kind of like easy. I won't say easy, but I haven't really faced no real obstacles, you know. It's like you kind of seeing like you going to college, you seeing like I guess you seeing the real world, because you're growing up in the hood, you're going to poverty, like everybody around you is like that, so you kind of like, okay, that's normal, so you don't really everybody's like this, you don't really think outside, like like it's crazy. So when I got to college, I had to deal with that, to kind of see like a whole new world of like leaving home. And on top of that, like one of the biggest things that I think that I went through that helped me a lot, man, was me getting hurt. Because that's the first time that something has been taken away from me that I truly loved. Sometimes when you're young, you kind of like, you feel like you're immortal or like nothing can happen or whatever. So you just kind of take things for granted. I was like, oh, tomorrow. So when I was taken from me, it kind of like changed my perspective on everything, not just basketball, but just living the moment and being present and enjoying what you have at the moment. Because the cliche like could be gone any moment, but like it's real. And when it's gone, like it hurts. So I was fortunate enough that going through that and having doctors telling me, oh yeah, I might not possibly play again. People doubting me and stuff like that, and I was able to come back from that and play, and still play at this level. I think it's all a testament to God, because like I said, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it in a little bit, and definitely a lot of people didn't believe it. I had like my doubts, but I didn't lose faith in God, and I think that's what got me here.
Definitely. No, that's
great. I knew that was a lot.
Nah, bro, that's nothing. Like you're gonna keep going. I know that you got a lot more to tell, but no, that's that's really important. Message right there. It's just I think a lot of people, and especially with everything going on now, it's just like we really can't take things for granted.
No, for sure, you can't take nothing for granted.
Yeah, like,
and I think that's what this thing told me even more. Like you can't take nothing for granted. Because like I remember like right before this happened, I was like working out, I'm ready, like second stretch of the season, Then the next day is like, okay, season is like no more practice. It's like, so you go from 1 minute like you're training your body, your mind to win a championship, then the next day is like, oh, it's done. So it's crazy. It's definitely tough, not easy.
Right. Yeah. No. And it's just like, but I think that kind of teaches you for things outside of basketball, you know what I'm saying? Like that part you went through, kind of like there's gonna be a lot of things that we can't control in life,
No.
It's not what happens to us; it's how we react to it.
No, that's definitely true. That's definitely true, because like you said, like everybody's faced with something. Everybody's faced with something at one point in their life, and what differentiates, like, I guess, like the good from the others, or the good from the bad, or whatever you want to call it, is like pretty much is like how you react to whatever situation that you're put in. So that's definitely true, and that's one thing that this whole experience with this, or maybe getting hurt in college, that's what it has taught me. It's like, all right, you could view it as a bad hand, but like everybody could say the same thing with this situation that they have. So pretty much like how you gonna deal with the situation and how you gonna grow from it, how you gonna learn from it. I saw somewhere, there was like someone said that what you think is hell now is a gift later, and that resonated with me so well, because of the fact that when I was hurt, it felt like hell. It felt like hell. But now at this stage in my life, like I'm grateful that I went through that.
Sure.
Like I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't go through that.
Yeah, and I think
that's how I look at it.
Yeah, no, like, and I think that's something like, for younger hoopers, like that go through stuff, or younger people who go through stuff, they probably question a lot of it, like why am I going through this? But they don't know, in the bigger scheme of things, wherever your life leads you, that moment you're going through is going to prepare you for something bigger. And
yeah, because we all don't know. We all don't. We just gotta have faith. You gotta have faith and just trust the process, and just take it day by day.
Exactly.
I think it's gonna be all right. The sun's gonna shine. Yeah, it can't rain forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
It can't rain forever. You gotta shine something. You gotta shine. You gotta something. That's true. That's facts.
So but yeah, no. And then let's go. So let's keep going. So that you fell in love there. Obviously, you went to Fairfield. So what happened after Fairfield? Like, what was the process? What did you do? And things like that.
So at the Fairfield, just like I was contemplating played in whether like up fours or obviously with the injury that I went through, it's like I had a lot of doubts and questions in my mind. So I spoke to a couple people, some coaches, some family and friends, and they're all like, all right, you know what? This is what you wanted to do. So they kind of pushed me towards it. So that first time out of school, I just dedicated myself to just kind of like getting as like, I guess it's like as good as possible. So just working as hard as possible. So I at least get my foot in the door, you know what I'm saying? Just make my dream reality. So I did that. I was working hard that summer. Then luckily, I got an offer from a team in Spain, Alicante. So I started off my career in Spain. So I went there. Going there was really tough. You know, it was really tough because it was like a culture shock. It was my first time in Spain. I barely spoke Spanish. Coaches didn't speak Spanish. Like the team is barely any of the teams were Spanish. So it's kind of hard. It was like a huge language barrier. It would be like middle of the games, coach would say something, like crucial time in the game, like crucial period of the game, and he was like talking to you, and you have no idea what he's saying. So a lot of times you just go out there, just like using your basketball instincts. Like, okay, like got there and there's like, you know, the cliche, like it's another cliche, like basketball is like your universal language, or global language, whatever. Like everybody sees basketball pretty much. So it's like kind of easy to communicate a little bit because of that, but it just for the most part, it's just hard. Like from the essence, you know, it's just hard in terms of that. And another thing I used to was like how crazy coaches are. I thought coaches are crazy in the States, but overseas, like it's crazy. Like they take crazy to another level. Like they take crazy to another level. So it was that. And after that, from there, I was fortunate enough to get a second contract in Portugal. So I played in Portugal. I did pretty well there. And from there, fortunate enough to get a third contract back in Spain. And fortunately, like the season was canceled. So we wasn't able to finish the year. But now I'm just pretty much weighing my options out to kind of see where I could take my talents next year or next season. You should say.
No, that's tough. Like, you know, people think like my thing is just like I know growing up, like people used to like sleep on people playing overseas, and you know, like I interviewed Derek actually, and he said he didn't even know about overseas basketball until his senior year, which was
facts.
freshman year.
Facts. Yeah, facts.
Because everybody knows NBA. And so people don't realize how hard it is to get to the NBA. And then two, people don't realize how hard it is to get overseas.
Yeah, that's true. Like people think it's easy. Like it's not easy.
Yeah, and they sleep on a lot of things. And the people that keep playing, like they're really lucky, like to play ball for as long as they do.
And you're definitely right about that. That's why I kind of tell people like you can't take it for granted, you know, because one, like there's a million people out there, like no matter what level you're playing at, you know, that will want to be in position and just be able to play basketball for a living. So you can't take it for granted. Like no matter if you're tired or your body aching or whatever, you can't take it for granted because that you have an opportunity to do something that somebody wishes that they could do. You know, somebody would die for that. So you just can't never take it for granted.
Exactly.
Never could take it for granted.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like difficult to maintain. Like I got lucky to play 1 year, and it was just hard for me to find another spot right after.
No, yeah, it was hard.
It's not.
Yeah, it's hard. It's not easy for sure. Especially like it's getting more like a political world, so it's kind of like who you know or stuff like that. So it's definitely getting harder and harder. And like with the Corona thing happening, it's definitely made things even harder. You know, because in terms of finance, teams not having money and all that stuff. So it's hard.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
Man, for sure, for shizzle.
So what?
For sure.
So what? For shizzle. So let's say. So what are you doing right now to kind of, you know, I guess keep yourself ready? Just because I know. So I mentioned we talked about it right before we started the interview. Like phase 2 starts, like maybe June, and at least in Connecticut, where they're gonna start opening gyms up inside. June 20th, hopefully they said. So, what are you doing to stay in shape? What are you gonna do? Are you able to work out basketball wise? What is your routine, I guess, per se?
My routine for the most part, you know, like I try to do some home workouts that our trainers sent me and stuff that I learned over the years. I just kind of like make my own home workouts to do here at home. Then after that, I do some running, try to keep the cardio going, some running. Then after that, if I have some time, I'll go play some tennis with my cousin to kind of keep this side of, I just get my lateral foot. This is for lateral fitness and it's fun. And on top of that, and I go to the park for the time. It'd be pretty empty. So I just go do my thing there.
Word. That's interesting. Yeah, like
but it's not easy though, because obviously it's not easy. And like you know, like especially like it's not good at playing on concrete and stuff like that. So it's just definitely like, but right now it's like the only solution. Right?
Yeah, it's this whole thing is just like it's so crazy. Just trying to like maintain and continue to do stuff. And like a lot of my podcasts, like I do like on Mondays, I do motivational stuff, but like I really, these past, 2 months, I've been really focusing on like, before it was like more motivation, but it's lately been about the mental health part. And it's like stressing how important it is to make sure that you're okay.
No, that's definitely true, because of the fact that, like, sorry to cut you off, but it's something that I think that's like not looked at, especially like overseas, because of the fact that, think about it, you're in a country by yourself, you know what I'm saying, and like a lot of people like don't speak your language, they don't speak what you speak, so it's cultural barrier. So for the most part, like it's like you're alone, like you're away from home, like you have your teammates, you have your coaches and stuff like that. They're gonna try their best, but unless like it's hard, like rather compared to being at home with your family and friends nearby, whatever. So it's definitely tough, and that's one we talk about mental health stuff. That is very important. That to work in your mind as hard as you work in your body, because it's definitely tough. And you're gonna be put in a lot of situations that test your mental toughness and test your love for the game. And so like you have to be strong mentally to overcome all that, because if you're not, like, you're gonna get chewed up. Dog eat dog world, so you're gonna get chewed up.
Yeah, and like you said, like I can tell, like the overseas world, it's not meant for everybody.
No, it's not. It's not. And I tell people that all the time. Like, people see the good and bad, but like it's not meant for everybody. Like, it's really hard.
Yeah, like, and you mentioned all the points. It's just like you're alone. It's a new country. You gotta get used to their customs. You gotta eat the food. It might be different to what you're used to.
Yeah.
But those are like, that's looking at the negative side. Not negative, but just the sides that make it challenging.
Yeah, make it challenging. Yeah. I would say like the more the realistic side, because I feel like those are things that like anybody that wants to go overseas, or like that, you have to be ready. You have to answer those questions, and you have to be ready to do this thing, because think about it, the majority of the time you're gonna be by yourself, or you're gonna be. So you have to answer, are you like, oh, okay, am I capable as me to be able to do this, to be able to do that, to be able to do this? There's a lot of free time, a lot of downtime. You have 2 practices a day, but what you going to do in the middle of the day with all that stuff, it's like, so that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, and you gotta, it's like, and it goes back to like the time management and trying to figure out what you want as a person and a player. Like for my basketball heads, like I'm trying to switch your guys' mentality to be from like, I want you guys to shoot for the NBA, but just being a professional basketball player is such a great title to have, and it's such a unique experience, because it's just memories you have for the rest of your life, and you get to see different places and things like that.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. And I feel like one of those things about that is like that a lot of times, that even though like that should be the thing, that even when we get to this level, a lot of times that we get stuck, and we're not, I would say stuck, but like we're not preparing ourselves for like life after basketball, or like when the ball stops. So that's one of the things that I kind of like, I want to like put out there to like a lot of young people as possible. Is like, okay, like make basketball your point A or whatever, all that stuff. But then there's like one day the ball gonna start bouncing. So like rather make the transition late, like start thinking about other avenues, or like start thinking about, okay, like other passion. Like not to say, okay, you should like diminish your passion for basketball, that stuff. Like give basketball your all, but also like just in your back of your mind, I have okay, like basketball's my all, but the day's gonna come where I can't do this anymore. So be ready for that, because that's why you see a lot of downfall players or athletes, whatever, is the fact that once they're done playing, they had nothing to do. Then you go into depression, they go into all that stuff, and it's like, and there's a saying out there like athletes like die twice. Pretty much because you die once, and you're not like you die not physically actually, but in terms of like your career, your playing career, like once you're done playing, like it's dead. So like, so I think that's one of the biggest things out there. That's what I've been focused on right now. And my biggest thing is like as far as working out, but also like changing my mind, energy into other avenues, so that way that I'm setting myself up. So when I'm done playing basketball, I have a easier, smooth transition into real world.
So yeah, and you brought up a great point. What are some other things outside of basketball that you like to do that interest you?
I like to read, and as you know, like we talk about, like I'm into the stock market, so I do a lot of that, just like trading, just looking at that. And right now, I'm working right now to get my real estate license. So some one of the things I'm doing right now, just trying to like just grow as a person, just not limiting myself to only basketball, like LeBron saying, more than an athlete. So I want to sell myself short to be, oh yeah, if I'm gonna do the basketball player, like no, I'm gonna do first. And basketball is one of the things I do, but it's not like I'm more than just a basketball player.
And that's huge. Just because I also preach that, like, you always want to use anything and don't let it use you. So like basketball,
exactly.
It's just anything in life,
Exactly.
And let it take you places and things like that, and help you grow and enrich and things like that. So,
exactly.
Is there anything else you I got questions that I'm about to go off and ask you. Is there anything else you kind of want to touch on in terms of your playing career or something like that? Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I touched on anything. I feel like the biggest thing is consistency. Consistency and belief in yourself, because like once you're overseas, once you're overseas, like they don't know you, they didn't know you, obviously didn't know of you, but they don't know you, what I'm saying? Like the league doesn't know you, so you gotta prove yourself to everybody that you play. So it's kinda like you have to believe in yourself no matter what. And that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing that it taught me. That's like the belief in yourself and the belief in the process, and patience. Patience. Because a lot of times, like, I feel like we live in a generation today where it's kind of like a micro generation where you want things to now, rather than just waiting, being patient, just letting, So that's one of the few things I always say: just believe in yourself, confidence, trust in the process. And now you can apply it to anything, not even just basketball, just life though. It's just life.
Right. And so like what you just said, one of the questions I normally ask is like, if you could tell your younger self a couple of things, what would it be? And would it be those things you just mentioned?
Yeah, for sure. Well, the first thing I would say, believing in yourself, because that's one of my the challenges that I had. Like, I guess when I was younger, was like believing in my skill and believing in my skill set, and just believing in myself, being confident in myself. So that's one of the biggest things that I wish that if I was going back younger, like, what, like after haters, after naysayers, after doubters, just do you and believe in yourself. And that's the most important thing. And the second thing I would tell myself is just, no matter what, just trust the process. Just trust the process and have patience. Trust the process and have patience. Cause I feel like that was one other thing too. Like when I was younger, I didn't have patience. And just like I wanted things like immediate results, immediate this, immediate that. But I realized that you get older, it's like patience is the best. You know what I'm saying? So you got patience is a virtue. So you gotta just be patient. And the third, I think, which is second or third? I don't know what number it is.
Third.
I would say third. I would say work hard, and I would say just be open. Continue to be open. Like I'm very open now, but I would just say that just stay open. Like to anybody else, just be open minded to coaching, and from anybody. So don't be so quick to shut somebody off or like not listen to them. Like, all right, hear them out. Then you make the decision. All right, if it's good or not, but at least hear them out. Don't just be quick to like not hear people out. So I would say those things.
Word. Yeah. So I mean, that was it. So I'm gonna ask you a couple of random questions. We're gonna start off with you. What is your biggest weakness And what's the biggest thing you want to add to your game?
My biggest weakness as a basketball player?
Yeah, as a hooper.
Okay, my biggest hooper as a hooper, I'll probably say right now, like shooting the 3-point ball. But that's not a weakness, but that's more so attributed to what I was saying earlier with confidence. You know, because I could shoot that like in practice, but more so just having confidence and the confidence to shoot it in the game. So might be going back, you know what I'm saying? I'm still telling myself that now, every day. Confidence. So I'll say that, just shooting the ball more, stretching my range out to 2-point, and also scoring at the dribble more. And I would say scoring at the dribble, and ultimately just be a better like one-on-one scorer. I'll pretty much like add more weapons to my repertoire, you know, like more ways to score. And I would say going left, get my left hand better. I gotta get my left hand better. And I can always improve on the things that I'm already good at. So I think those are the main things.
That's huge. And that's just a quick point for, you know, whoever listens to this, and if you're a hooper, like if you heard his list, there's always things to work on. No matter what. If you want to be a good player, you always gotta improve. Even on your strengths, you gotta keep pushing forward and keep improving.
No, for sure. Yeah, you taught me that, man. You taught me that.
I didn't teach you nothing.
No, you definitely did. You taught me a lot. Believe it or not, you definitely did.
Yeah. So all right. So here, if you had to pick one player to start a franchise, who would you take?
Steven Johnston.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yeah. Seriously though. All right. There's 3 players. You got Kobe, MJ, LeBron.
LeBron. LeBron.
LeBron?
I'm biased though. LeBron's my favorite player. So I gotta go with LeBron.
Okay. I respect that. I just had to ask. I mean,
who would you pick?
Huh?
Who would you pick?
To be honest, my pick got distorted after watching the MJ, the documentary, because
it was Kobe. So now MJ.
Kobe, yeah, because Kobe was my guy. But because I always thought, like, watching Kobe, especially in the mid 2000s, like after Kobe and Shaq, it was just like everybody says LeBron didn't have a good team. Kobe didn't have a good team until they traded for Paul Gasol, and then they started building stuff. So and he led them to the playoffs, and the West was still ridiculously tough at that time. You know, it was the Spurs.
My thing to combat that, all right. So when LeBron was in the East, right, people were saying LeBron was the East was not dominant, the East was weak, et cetera. Correct?
Yeah.
So LeBron goes to the West now. Granted, his first year didn't make it to the playoffs. He was hurt. He missed an ample amount of times. But his second year, healthy, 100%, they are number 1 in the Western Conference, the so-called tougher conference. All right. And now the East, the lesser conference, Giannis is dominating those things. It's like, but like everybody's giving Giannis all this praise, but LeBron was doing the same thing. But when LeBron was doing it, the East is weak. You know, but LeBron did the same thing in the West, but now it's like, okay, it's like what is it now?
Well, I mean, Giannis hasn't, to be honest, to Giannis's not his defense, but like Giannis hasn't made it to the playoffs as much as LeBron did. So Giannis still has some ways to go before he can get into that conversation. And that's my opinion.
No, I agree with you. But I just brought that up as an example because that was like one of the things like this year that a lot of people were debating in terms for MVP, like who won MVP. So that's why I brought it up, because of the fact that obviously if LeBron wins MVP in his 17th season, you know, that speaks volumes.
I think, and in my opinion too, I think this might be one of LeBron's. This is me, most complete team he's ever had.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, cause I didn't watch a lot of NBA games this year. So
like everyone would say like Miami with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, Mike Miller, Ray Allen, those guys. You know, looking at the team this year, it was just like.
So you think they would win the chip?
I had Lakers winning.
Yeah, I did too. I had LeBron winning.
You had your centers is JaVale and Dwight, and both of them were playing at a high level that people didn't give JaVale or Dwight could play at. Anthony Davis is obviously all-star level. You got LeBron.
Danny Green.
You got Danny Green, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
They just got Deion Waiters. They just got Deion Waiters.
Got Deion. Caruso is actually not bad, like in terms of like energy. Kuzma, like you got there's just so many pieces. There wasn't like a bad piece.
Not for you. I agree.
And then you got Rondo. Who's the other point?
That was it. Troy Daniels, but they cut him.
They cut him. But like you get what I'm saying? Like that team, you know, down the road, like down the line there. Avery Bradley, sorry.
Oh yeah, Avery. I forgot Avery. My bad, Avery.
So like,
hey, you got one of the Morris twins.
All right, they just signed him right before this stuff. But that's what I'm saying. And they had Boogie Cousins and they let him go. But if you go down that roster list, that's one of the best complete teams he's had.
I agree with you.
Yeah, so I agree. All right, so that before we went on that little
my bad, y'all.
No, it's not your bad. It's just it's basketball talk, bro. Yeah. What about this? So being overseas, what? Okay, let's go 2 questions. What was the most interesting thing you ate overseas?
Mm-hmm.
What was one of the most beautiful views you've seen?
Well, the most interesting thing I ate, I would say a rabbit, and like it was like octopus, but it was like the way it was cooked. It wasn't like calamari type, but you could actually see like the whole octopus, like, so it was kind of weird, like seeing it like that.
Right.
But I would say that. But in terms of and plus I'm African, man, so like we eat a lot of weird things. That's not a crazy thing for being African. So, but what was the second question? My bad.
What was the best place you visited?
Oh, the best view. Best I visited. Oh, that's tough, man. That's tough. See, I'm fortunate enough to visit a lot of places because of basketball, and that's tough. I'll probably say like that's tough, man. That's tough. But if I had to pick one, I'll probably say like it could be anywhere. Anyway, I probably say when I was in Italy or when I was in Spain. That's probably like best views, especially Spain. That's why I like Spain so much, because like Spain and Italy, a lot of mountains, but also like the weather's amazing, palm trees, all that stuff. So it's definitely one of those 2 places.
Last thing before we'll kind of slow it down and sign off. I totally forgot. We forgot to talk about you being on the Ivory Coast National Team.
Oh yeah.
Got to touch on that. What was your experience with that? And we won't get into what happened, but
we can. It's not, for me, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
it was.
Talk about it.
It was a great experience, man. It was a great experience. Obviously, like to represent, to get an opportunity to represent your country, and I didn't know how big it was until I got there. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause obviously, like I'm not living there, so when I got there, like saw how like you might have the whole country behind you. You know, it was pretty big just wearing that jersey. And I see why when people talk about like playing for your country, like means like way more. Like you kind of sense it. Like I got like chills putting the jersey on. So like it was a pretty cool experience, you know. But like as far as like we qualified for the World Cup in China, and I had some paperwork issues. Pretty much that didn't qualify me to play because they didn't consider me. They didn't naturalize me, and the way it works, you only allow one person that's naturalized on your team, and I'd have made us 2. So that's why they didn't. But I'm good now. I'm good for all the rest of the tournaments. So I'm good for so pretty much just waiting till everything's cleared up, get back to training, and just get ready because we have a window. We have a window in February, and the Afro Cup for like the best Afro basket, the best in Africa is 2021. So it's like get ready for those 2 tournaments.
That's crazy too. Like
yeah.
And did you get to see Derek out there?
I didn't see Derek because he was in another city. Because I was in Beijing and he was in, I don't know how to pronounce that, but he was like somewhere else.
I think he was in Guangzhou, maybe. I don't know. Because I was in China for 2 months.
He was just there too, right? You had just left.
Yeah, I was there. Left. I left right before
you
guys got there.
Yeah, just left.
Yeah, so
it was dope though, man. I got to travel a lot of places. We went to Italy, we went to Spain, we went to Dubai, we was in China. It was fun.
that's
It was fun. It was fun.
And then no, I mean, and then okay, yeah. Here's how about this? If you had, so this is one last question. If you had to have one superpower, what would it be? I like this one.
Ooh, I would say teleport or something. Cause I hate traveling. I would say that like I don't hate traveling, but I hate like the process or like getting on the plane, all that stuff. So I like, and plus like like with sports, you travel out to games, it's like long bus trips. So a lot of times to avoid that, I just like to teleport. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, I totally get that.
Teleport from state to state to bust your ass.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Yeah, we got that was a long time ago. I gotta get back. I'm back on my game. We just need to open up so we can do stuff like that, you know?
No, facts. But facts, man.
But yeah, man. So we're gonna end it there. Once again, thank you for taking the time to talk on my podcast, and obviously I'm gonna post this on YouTube, and then the podcast will be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and SoundCloud.
Okay, that's lit.
Just gonna do a quick name drop, or not name drop, but I just became a Orgain ambassador, which is a plant. Usually, it's plant-based protein, but they also have whey in it, and it's really healthy. So, if you guys are interested, you can get 30% off your first purchase by typing in NDO Training Steve. And yeah, so just want to put that out there if you're looking for a protein shake. All right. So, like I said, thank you, Amadou.
Thank you, Steve.
No doubt. Everybody keep staying safe. Keep working on doing what you're doing. Try to do what makes you happy. All right. And we'll get through this together. All right. Peace.
One love. Peace. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. My God. One love, baby.
One love.